Welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video, and in this video I'm going to be, this is going to be sort of a discussion video, so apologize if it's not interesting because it's going to be all talking, but I'm mainly going to be talking about, I guess, how, or the relationship between Lego and YouTube reviews or reviewers, and what sort of inspired me, I guess, to do this video um, is that there was recently a video by a YouTuber called BrickQueen, which I know a lot of you would be familiar with, and she basically recently said that she's not going to do Lego reviews anymore because basically, one, it's not financially sustainable, and two, reading between the lines, that Lego never really supported them and helped them, and they were kind of, I say them because her husband's in the video as well, um, and they were kind of a bit bitter about that. So now, for those of you who are not familiar with this channel, this channel isn't really about Lego in general. We actually sell Japanese figurines and collectibles, and the purpose of our channel is to educate our customers better on the products that we're selling. Um, and we're not the manufacturer, by the way, we're just a reseller. And but I know there are a lot of people who actually watch this channel because of Lego, because just as my own personal hobby, I do collect some particularly vintage pirate stuff, and I did reviews of those sets because no one else had done them. And as a result, I realized that there is quite a lot of people who actually do follow this channel because of Lego. But I thought, yeah, just welcome if you haven't seen the channel, and welcome to all the future people who are watching this video in the future. But as of the time of this video, it's 2017. And what I really wanted to talk about specifically is the Lego VIP program. So just to finish off what I was saying before about us, we have never received anything free from any of the suppliers for any of our products, and we sell their products. Um, and at the same time, we've never asked for it. So, and even if we did, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't. So I'm not saying it's like Lego's the only company that has something like a VIP program, but it's not really necessarily it's not something that you should expect. And so the Lego VIP program, for those of you who don't know, is basically Lego give sets away for free to people who have influence. So usually that's YouTube, large viewer base, large subscriber base, and they get them to sort of put their product out there and review them, and so people know that this stuff's being released. So it's kind of like advertising for them. Now, I guess advertising can be expensive, so maybe for them just to send a set for free makes economic sense for Lego. But I guess the counter argument, I'd say there's probably two main counter arguments where I think the VIP program isn't good. The first is that it creates a seagull mentality, and that's kind of a phrase that I've sort of coined, but it basically means, like, if you're at a park or you're at a beach, and you're eating lunch and there's sort of seagulls circling around. The moment you throw a bit of food, they all flock. There's like a million that come there. And I think it's the same with the VIP program, where they might select, and I have no idea how many people they select, but they might select 3 people or 5 people or 10 people, I have no idea. And there's like 10 times that many people who are like, hey, give me the sets for free and I'll review them. And the reality is that you don't need 100 people to review the same set. If I was seriously going to buy a set, I would probably look at, 2 reviewers probably at most. So there's a lot of people that are like, give me sets for free. And you just don't need that many people reviewing the same thing. The second reason is, and this probably sounds kind of arrogant, but everybody knows Lego. It's been around for decades. It's sold all around the world. People know Lego, and you just don't. There's probably not a need to do it. If Lego was wanting to expand in certain developing countries or developing markets, then yes, okay, it might make sense to say, okay, we're going to give, or identify people who might help you sell your product. But I think generally speaking, it, just personally to me, it doesn't really make sense why they would need to to do this. That's just, yeah, as I said, that's just my opinion. Um, so I think for those two reasons, I sort of, and the main thing is people are still going to buy these sets. People are still going to review these sets. A good example, as of the time of this video, the new Last Jedi Lego Star Wars sets coming out. You watch how many people review those sets, and then go, well, how many people actually got those sets for free? I'd say the majority of people didn't get those sets for free, and yet they're still reviewing them, and they're still saying good stuff about the sets because they love Lego. They're naturally biased rather than specifically financially biased, i.e., getting the sets for free. So, I don't think Lego really has to do that. And that does sound arrogant, I know, and no company should ever just sit back and go, well, we're set. I mean, look at Nokia or BlackBerry or the same kind of same thing. But you just can't. Or Apple, now they're fighting with Samsung. Different industry. You should never sit back and go, well, that's it. We're set. But I think there is a certain element of you go, well, there are also negative effects to this. And I think particularly because YouTube has changed this model where people can earn, some pretty serious money off YouTube, that it's like every man and his dog is now reviewing sets, and they're just not that many. There just can't be that many people who are successful in making Lego YouTube videos online. There's going to be the good ones that survive, and everyone else isn't. So I guess with BrickQueen, I never really watched her videos much, but she seemed to do very good comparison reviews, 3 different X-wings released across the years. But in terms of reviews, there's people who, for whatever reason, just were more successful, and so I think it makes total sense that Lego didn't give them sets for free, because there were people who had larger subscriber bases. It's survival of the fittest, as harsh as it is. And just to use it as an example, I think as of the time of this video, the most popular channel for Lego is Jangbricks. And a huge amount of respect for him for this. He doesn't get anything for free from Lego. They've offered, but he wants to be independent and self-sufficient and all that sort of thing. And yet he's built an amazing Lego channel and does a great job. So you don't have to get stuff for free necessarily to be successful, and that's probably an example of someone who sort of made sacrifices in the beginning that paid off later, because he did a good job and puts a huge amount of effort and work into what he does. As another comparison, you've got Brick Show, and huge amount of respect for them because they were sort of the first channel that thought of this, but they've really struggled, I think, in recent years, even though I believe they were part of the VIP program. So being a part of the VIP program or not, I think really is a secondary or tertiary concern or factor in terms of whether your channel is going to be successful or not on YouTube. And I think really the main problem is there's just too many YouTubers out there doing Lego. Um, so look, I'm not a successful YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not really a Lego YouTuber, even though I have done Lego videos. So I'm not really qualified to give advice, but if I was to add my 2 cents, I would say to anybody who's looking to make a video or a successful channel on YouTube is be different. Do something that's different that other people aren't really doing. So I think with Lego, 2 examples are Beyond the Brick, who tend to make videos about like events and mocks and things like that. I don't live in America, so it's really cool for me to see stuff that otherwise I wouldn't see. That's a heck of a lot more valuable than being the 60th person who reviews the same set. Or the other good one I think is Bricks Planet, which does like stop motion, builds and shows sets, and he puts like kind of animation in inverted commas using stop motion with the minifigs moving around and shooting each other, and it's really cool. Huge amount of effort would go into those videos. But I think it's a massively underrated channel because I think it's fantastic. It should have way more subscribers than what it does. So just don't in general, I think it's not good to rely on things. If you can get away with not relying on things, then all the better. And I think be different. be original. And I think, you know, success will hopefully come to you, and if it doesn't, then you learn things that help you, you know, for better in the future. But I think just in general, YouTube's just a massively crowded place now. There's so many people doing reviews of Lego and Pokemon cards and who knows what else. So either do something more constructive, I guess, with your life, or try and do something something different. So that's just my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. I'd really love to hear your comments. I just hope, I'm not trying to run anybody down or try and turn people away from, you know, pursuing your goals or whatever things you want to achieve. I just hope that it generates some discussion, and I thought it was worth putting out there. So thanks for watching, and happy YouTubing.